What's up, YouTube fam? So I wanted to make this video because I was thinking about the reasons why I personally have not obtained the success that I have wanted in business and real estate. And I really think that probably 90% of people deal with this, if not 100%, I don't know. But the reason why I did achieve a level of success, and it may have looked successful for other people, but I have really high goals for myself. So it wasn't to the level that I wanted it to be. And so the number one reason that I can attribute to that has nothing to do with business. It has nothing to do with tactics. It has nothing to do with strategy. And it has everything to do with beliefs. So even though I consider myself a high performer, the one thing that holds me back is my belief system. And I know that people that don't think about this or don't believe in this stuff think it is a load of crap, but I know it's not. I used to work with a mindset coach. I used to work, I've hired psychotherapist who was so good, works with celebrities and athletes, and I had the privilege of working with her and also working with a mentor, high-level mentor, where they were talking about all this stuff, and it's finally all come together. And the only reason that we fail in business is because of our belief systems, because we have incorrect beliefs about ourselves, and that makes us reflect that in business. So here's one belief that I think has served me, but I used to have a negative belief or a negative connotation or perspective around the word workaholic or a hard worker. I'd never wanted to be called a hard worker or a workaholic, even though sometimes I can be. I'm definitely a hard worker, but I show and I have no pride in trying to be a workaholic. Because I know why I had a negative connotation to it, and I had to realize why that was, and it had to do obviously with things growing up and all this stuff. And so what I realized is that would subconsciously keep me from working longer hours in my business, because I always told myself, I'm not going to sacrifice my marriage or my family or my happiness in order to, make $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, $1 billion, whatever it is, whatever the number is. I said, I won't sacrifice myself for money. I'm not going to give up my life for money. That's ridiculous to me. And I think most entrepreneurs think the complete opposite, because the success is so important to them. They need to achieve. And don't get me wrong, I also have a need for feeling achieved and successful and all this stuff. But that subconsciously has actually made me more productive and more efficient with my time. So when I say, yeah, I only want to work 40 hours, I have no desire to work 100 hours a week. I have no desire. And if you do, great for you. And I really think that honestly, most times that's what you have to do in the beginning. Let's just be honest here. Most times you do have to work your butt off, and especially in the first couple of years, and it's long nights, and it could be sleepless nights, and it's just hard. And don't get me wrong, even though I quote unquote say or try to only work 40 hours a week, I could easily work 100 hours a week, because I actually love what I do. But I know that that's not really what I want in the long term. So that's just one belief, to just give you an example. And one of the ways to change these beliefs, it could be whatever. A lot of times we're not even aware of our beliefs because it's in our subconscious. So we don't consciously think this way, but we act this way. So I've noticed when I know I'm getting really close to a goal, when I'm getting really close to whatever my goal is, in financially, I sabotage myself, because it's like you're afraid of success. I never thought I would say that, but I am. I'm like afraid of the success because of everything that it comes with. I know success brings a lot of good, but also it brings difficult things. I mean, it is what it is. So I like hold myself back from my full potential. And I'm just being honest with you because I think probably everybody does this. So it's just becoming aware of what your beliefs are. If you even can think of like what are the beliefs that you have that are negative around finances and success and being Hispanic, being a Hispanic woman, I never use that as an excuse, but it really it does bring its own set of beliefs from my culture and different things that honestly hold me back. So I have to like break all these things. And one of the ways that I've done that is one, I become aware of the problem or of the incorrect belief. Two, I start stacking up evidence and data that like fight against it. So for example, if you are like really bad at like I used to think I was bad at sales, which I know that's not true. So I was really hard on myself and would say like I'm horrible at sales, you know. And then my data would be, well, if you're horrible in sales, then how have you closed real estate transactions? How did you, you know, make thousands and thousands of dollars off just a couple hours of work? I mean, clearly that shows that you are not bad at sales because you have data that proves opposite. And so it's hard to combat a feeling. When you're combating a feeling with data, it's hard. It's hard to prove your incorrect self right. So I always prove it wrong. And then the third one is just taking action and being consistent and disciplined. The fourth, I would say, is like moving your body. So I have a lot of energy, and I think that really helps me. And honestly, just moving my body, like when you're dancing, like with Tony Robbins, when he makes you dance and jump and shout, like it automatically changes your state and your energy. And I do that all the time, like especially when I'm feeling down, I just get up and I start jumping or I start yelling or whatever, and it does change my state. So hopefully this helps you. I only said it because that's kind of what's going on in my mind, and I think this is like the number one reason why people do not achieve the level of success that they want or just remain in failure because they don't even know their beliefs. They don't try to change them, and they don't repeat, right? Like you have to continuously fight this. It's like a battle in your mind, fighting this until you prove yourself wrong. You prove the incorrect part of yourself, that inner belief that wants to hold you back, you just prove it wrong by so much success that you can tell them you're wrong. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and I hope you guys beat all your limiting beliefs.